Alright, hey guys, so it's been a little while since I last put a new video up, but I had a regionals last weekend and it went pretty well. At one point I was 4-0, looking pretty good. Then I lost to Dino Rabbits, my buddy Jay. The only explanation for that is, he went first and he got Lagia with some defense, and there's not much you can do against that. So there was that, and we went to game 3, and that's about it. And then the next round, I played one of my friends, and I had to scoop to him because he hadn't yet gotten his invite, and I already have. And then, additionally, the round after that, I had to play one of my friends who also hadn't gotten his invite, and we were X3 at this point. Some X3s got it, but this friend didn't actually end up getting it, so I had to scoop to him too. Or sorry, I was X2 at that point. But anyways, the deck is really good. You can loop off first turn, and you'll almost always win. I was playing a different build than I am right now. I'm really just trying this out for locals. It's definitely locals oriented, where there aren't Maxies and there aren't Veilers running around like mad, so I don't have to worry about that as much. So here's my locals build. This isn't the same build I ran at the regionals, but some of the changes I would make. So we've got the Sangan triple tour guide. I opted not to put tour bus in here because really I don't see that many Inzectors at my locals. Additionally, during the tournament, I drew into Tour Bus twice, and it was just terrible. It's a horrible card to draw first turn. There's absolutely no use for it. It's 1,000 attack with a really bad effect, unless you get it with Tour Guide and get it for free. Then it's pretty good. So I've just got these guys. I've got double Veiler to stop all those bad players from going off, doing crazy stuff. And I've got double Wind-Up Hunter. 2, because oftentimes they'll be fishing it from your deck, so if you draw 1, you don't have to worry about it being your only one in your deck. 2 works also in case it gets banished for some reason. I don't know. I play a Kitten, just 1. It's pretty good. Bounce their Zen mains, bounce whatever big threat they've got that I can't deal with. It even stops like shooting Quasar and stuff like that. I don't know, it's pretty good. We've got double Soldier. I was playing it at 1, but I realized really you need some more offense. Just normal summonable offense. So this guy does it pretty well. It gets over Thunder King, so you don't have to burn one of your Zen Mighties in order to get over it. And it's got a lot of attack, and it goes up to level 5. We've got double Rabbits. You need to play 2. 1 is not enough because there's the possibility that you might use it and you might need it later in the game. And 3 is too much because I don't really want to draw it. It's not the best card I'd want to draw. However, 2 is a good number because it makes it so that if your opponent is playing a deck that plays very passively, like I was playing Gravekeepers, the guy sets a card and sets 5 back rows and activates Necro Valley. That's like the ideal hand you could have. So what do? Well, I summon a rabbit, bash into a set spy, then I go smash and ground in my main phase 2 to make it so that his descendant doesn't have another target, or doesn't have a tribute, and the following turn, I just beat face with my soldier rabbit. Eventually, I just got out double rabbits and I was beaten face because you can't take minuses when rabbit's on the board. Your opponent isn't going to stop a rabbit attack for any reason. They're just going to remove it. Alright, so I've got those. And aside from Hunter, the rest aren't really necessary. You don't need them 100% for the loop, but I've got these 2 Hunters. Then you've got the Triple Shark. This card is amazing. It's a TCG exclusive, and that just means that it's probably not going to get touched by the ban list, which makes me want to invest in this deck because it's going to be a good deck even if Zen Mighty is banned. It's still going to be a really good deck. Wind Up Shark just makes the loop so much easier. If you draw Wind Up Shark, you're sitting on a gold mine. You just have to draw a Magician or a Hunter, or I mean, there's any number of combinations of things you could get. You've got the triple rats. You need 3 rats. It's a blizzard, and it just does the loop for you. I hate drawing these things, though. It's the worst feeling in the world. Yes, Zen Mighty can special summon you from your hand, but it's just not a good card to draw. I really don't like drawing it. Having it for a blizzard isn't good, especially because its effect is to turn it to defense position. It's not a cost. So if they Valor its effect, it stays in attack, and I hate that too. Alright, and then we've got triple Magician, because Magician is really good. Summon Magician, special summon Wind Up Shark. Magician effect triggers, special summon another Magician in defense position. You activate Wind Up Shark to decrease its level. The new Magician special summons a Wind Up Hunter. So for 2 cards, you've just gotten 4, and you proceed to plus even more off that. Magician has 1800 defense, which is also pretty useful. I've defended with Magician a couple of times. Yep, but that's pretty much all it's good for. I've got the Torrential, Double Warning, Dust Shoot, and those are all the essentials. You need to play those. Transmigration Prophecy, I really like this. It stops a bunch of things right now. Stops Plant Synchro, stops Wind-Ups, stops Insectors. It's real good against Insectors. I mean, yeah, their effects don't target, so if they activate it and they've got a Hunter, a Hornet in the grave, then you can chain this and just hope that they don't have another Hornet in their hand. But if they have a Hornet in their hand, I mean, at least you're getting out of the way now, so it's not catching you as a surprise later. And then you can just bring out your tour bus. Put it back in the deck that way. And then you've got double compulsory. Again, it helps with the Insectors. It's real good against wind-ups. It's good against everything. And really, the deck just needs more defense. This was a post-regional edition, the double compulsory, because really the deck needed more defense. And of course, you've got the triple factory. It opens up more loop possibilities, and it sets the loop up, so there's not much more you could ask for out of that. It just makes you keep on pushing into late game, which is a very good thing. You've got your Avarice. I forgot to mention, Transmigration Prophecy also recycles some of your Zen Mighties, so you don't run out of steam late game, so that's a good card. Pot of Avarice does the same thing and draws you 2 cards, so potentially you can rip all the cards out of your opponent's hand on your first turn with this card. And you've got the Dark Hole, you've got the Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, Mind Control, and Heavy Storm, of course, all these good stuff. Mind Control is real good, because you can take your opponent's level 3s and make your Zen Mighties. And double MST. Okay, so in the extra deck, I played regional, having only 14 cards in my extra deck. I don't know why. I just got too lazy and didn't mind putting a 3rd in. So you've got your 5 essentials. I'm not playing Stardust. It's not a good card right now. Tierce, I like a lot. It can't be bottomless, and there's just a whole long list of things that it gets around. Additionally, if your opponent's hiding under a Reaper, this is pretty much your only option. So you gotta summon this guy, bash into it. Zenmaiho is a crazy card. It's a big ol' Hunley, 300 more attack, and you can use its effect twice, which is just crazy. You've got the Utopia, of course, just 1, because I play a couple level 4s, and there's Monster Reborn, and there's Mind Control. I got the Zenmains. If anything, this would probably be the one card I'd put a 2nd of in here to make it 15. That, or I'd put Adrius, or another Synchro, or something, I'm not sure. But this would probably be it. Zenmains is real good. You'll go into it at the end of your loop. Leviair, just in case. I mean, you could be removing stuff with rabbits, and it could just get you a 2nd wind-up effect activation. It could, potentially. Or you could take your opponent's remove Thunder King, or whatever. Leviathan, just for some muscle, And of course, the triple wind-up carrier Zen Mighty, the star of the deck. Without this card, the deck would not be nearly as good, but still pretty good, right? I mean, I topped with it before without this card, but Zen Mighty is just a ridiculous monster. The ability to go into it so easily with Tour Guide is awesome. It's really, it's just crazy. I wouldn't recommend playing the deck without Tour Guides, pretty simply. Okay, so side deck, I do want to include it in this video. We've got triple Shadowing Prism Mirror for obvious reasons. Double Decree, there were a couple burns, and this is pretty good against ninjas too. Your last MST, and I was main decking these during regionals because it allows you to go off first turn without having to worry about Valor or Max C. Your opponent can't do that if you have this card on the field, and you still can pull off the loop. I mean, your Zen Mighties will get removed, but that really doesn't matter. So this is a really good card when you're playing against advanced players, just to ensure that you're going to get your loop off. That's really the only reason, because it's not a very good card otherwise right now. There's not so many plants, ninjas aren't affected by it, and Insectors aren't affected by it either. So it's not that good of a card otherwise. And we've got Double Wanghu, and this is a good card right now. It's real good against wind-ups. I got trapped under a Wanghu I was going against Gladiator Beast, and I just couldn't get over this Wanghu. And it was terrible, and I could only imagine what would happen if I got a Wanghu with a Burden of the Mighty, or a Wanghu with Horn of the Phantom Beast on it. It would be ridiculous. It would be so crazy. So King Tiger Wanghu is a real good card right now. You got the Tour Bus if you're playing against Insectors, because it's really important to put their Hornets back in the deck. I don't know. It's a good card. I'm not maining it right now, though. We've got Double DD Assailant. I like this card a lot better than DD Warrior Lady or something. I don't really care if I'm playing lights because I don't play Sork or Envoy. So this guy's got 200 more attack and does the same purpose. It's also unaffected by skill drain, which is another big factor. And with Tengu not so prevalent anymore, having this guy be able to roam freely without getting clashed against is pretty good too. It's good against rabbits too. Set it and remove their Lagia. And then you got your double Fossil Dynas, because rabbits are also very difficult. So, yep, that's it. Hope you liked the video. Let me know how the deck is.